Good morning. This is Christine Williams with the Soulful Guild, having a cup of glow with you this morning in Chandler, Arizona. I decided to come out into the courtyard this morning and just kind of relax and enjoy the air before it became too hot to breathe in. That's the difference between this area and home for me, is that it is absolutely beautiful, but it's hot. Hot, I say hot. So why am I drinking hot in the morning? Because that's what I do. That's why. It's so fun to take a break because when you do, the positive juices start to flow and you start to have ideas, or the ideas that you have start percolating because your mind is not full of all that chatter. That's why, so many of the cards suggest to us take a break, be good to yourself, go outside. When you put your focus on something else or take your focus off of everything, those new creative ideas that you're working on can move into place. So today, I decided to use my fun therapy cards, angel therapy, and not because maybe I feel we need therapy, but because, one, I really love the therapy cards from Doreen Virtue because they give really good, no nonsense advice, ways of handling things, maybe a different perspective. But also, I'm taking a break, and that's therapy for me. I'm going to choose fun therapy. And I want to suggest to you to start taking a little bit more self care and considering that as your wellness therapy. Instead of taking a sick day, why don't you take a well day before you're sick, a therapy day where you honor yourself, take care of yourself, give yourself a break. So that's one of the things I'm doing here in Chandler is I'm having therapy and taking care of me, filling up my cup so that I can have more to give. And it's been really wonderful. We went to a play last night, The Sister Act. Oh my goodness, it was a movie, but the play was so fun. By the end, we were all singing and dancing. If you could just imagine the show, the movie, Sister Act, and the energy that of, dancing that Whoopi Goldberg had, in her dancing and rolling and singing and getting those nuns to just boogie woogie, get down. Well, imagine the whole theater at the end just rocking and rolling and clapping. And that was fun. That was good therapy. And that's one of the things that in one of my channels at the beginning of the year, when I ask the angels and guides, what was one of the main things we needed to do to raise our therapy this year, or raise our vibration this year, in the year 2018? And one of the biggest things that they said, or that I heard, was that the energy needed to be raised. Our vibration needed to be raised to the vibration of joy. We needed to play more. We needed to laugh more. We needed to have more fun. Laughter and joy and happiness is of the highest vibration. Singing, dancing, have those not been a lot of our cards? That is an amazing time for for spirit and angels to join, because it's a high vibration and they're a high vibration, and we can interact and mingle, and it was so fun to go to that play because it was a high vibration and everybody was happy, and it felt really good afterwards walking out. The vibration had changed notably from the beginning of the play when we walked in. So think of that. Think of raising your vibration to a higher vibration, which includes having fun, laughing, singing, dancing. And this is conscious, okay? This is not taking substance so that you can be mindless. This is conscious, the conscious raising of vibration. Oh, sure, everybody has a way of relaxing and, you know, playing. But this vibration that they're talking about is a conscious vibration. It's being aware at your heightened awareness. That means your mind is clear, that your energy, aura energy, is light, and it's full of good thoughts, and all that's all that's light and good can be brought in and literally just like spinning around us. So anyway, that was fun, and I'm suggesting to you that you do something fun. Just do something fun. Laugh. One of my greatest joys is when I'm at my mom's house. Not too long ago, I lived with her, and I would walk into the house, and in the evening, and I could hear her in the bedroom just giggling, and I, I wonder what's going on. Here's my mom. It's late. She's in there giggling. She's alone. She's mostly blind. She, has macular degeneration, so she sees lines and shadows. And I thought, what is she laughing about? So anyway, I went in to see what was going on, and she was watching one of her favorite shows, one of the oldies that she grew up with, and she was just chuckling. And I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I love this show." She said, "I love to watch it. I love to watch it every night. It makes me laugh. It makes me happy before I go to bed." There you go. There you go. She was teaching me a lesson right there and then, that going to bed on a high vibration, ending the day with a high vibration of joy and laughter, is more healthy. And doggone it, we need to do stuff like that. Don't you love my words? Doggone it. You definitely can tell I'm a Utah girl. So I hope that you're, it's Saturday. Most of you are not rushing off to work. Probably most of you are sleeping in. Maybe some of you will turn this on and listen to it later. But if any of you are plugging in and listening to it now, we're kind of in a slower pace. It's the weekend, and it feels good to have the weekend here, doesn't it? It just feels good. But we've been talking a lot about, in my videos, in my counseling sessions, in my wisdom sessions, we have been talking a lot about creation. This year being the creative year of creating a new place, a new environment, a new world, a new job, something new. We're recreating ourselves. Our DNA is changing. The Earth's DNA is changing. Everything is changing. And that means we're in the power of creation. It's like when a new little baby, we just get word. Imagine just getting word that you are pregnant, carrying a child, and all of a sudden, after you get past the shock, unless you're planning it, then you get past the joy. Whatever it is, we start thinking about what that little baby is going to look like. And we start creating a visual in our mind. What color of hair will it be? What color of eyes? Will it be shorter, rounder? Will it be lanky? Will it have dimples? What is it going to look like? We start visualizing it. And we visualize a healthy baby, right? A healthy baby with all fingers and toes and everything working and functioning properly. Well, that is what our card is about today, the card that I pulled. And I love this card because in the power of creation, this is one of the most important steps. Visualizing success. Visualizing success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. Now, what does that mean? Visualize success. What does that mean? How does that look? Let me just read out of the guidebook just a little bit and tell you what Doreen has to, she gives us some action steps. I'm going to give you the action steps first, and then I'll read the little blurb afterwards. It's easiest to visualize success if you have a focal point. So have something to focus on. Maybe a couple of things. One, the thing you're visualizing about, and two, something right close that you can narrow down your vision down to. Maybe a candle to gaze at. Maybe it's just our mind's eye. Maybe we'll be closing our eyes to visualize. Okay, it's easiest to visualize success if you have a focal point, which means something to stare at that acts like a blank canvas upon which you paint your visualization. So it can be a blank visual in your mind. It can be imagining a vision board or a screen. If you're staring into a white candle, a fresh, clean slate. The flame of a white candle makes a wonderful focal point. This is the suggestion they're giving. I find that is very true. I personally close my eyes because I can create a whole stage when I do that. It just becomes dark. I activate my spiritual eye, my third eye, and then I can just create. My vision board is in my brain. Okay, relax. Start staring at the candle or imagine yourself in the actual situation. Imagine yourself in the actual situation. Be there. What does it look like? How does it feel? See and feel everyone involved as smiling, happy, and fulfilled. Allow yourself to feel safe and secure in your stomach and all throughout your mind and body. Give your concerns about how this positive outcome will occur over to God and angels and your guides. The how is taken care of by God's infinite wisdom and love. Lots of helpers we have on the other side. Lots of guides we have around us, waiting for the instructions to be given. Visualize, get a picture so that you can ask them and tell them what to do. Okay, so this is your action step. I just explained to you how you can go about doing this. Now let me just read the little message here. The angels want to boost your confidence and relieve your worries about this situation. What is your success that you're trying to create? What is it? We've been talking about it. I have something. I'm thinking about it, mine. Part of this process involves holding positive vision for yourself and others, and all other people involved. When you expect the best, you inspire the best in yourself and others. That's a key. That's advice. When you expect the best, you inspire the best in yourself and others. Can you hear the plane coming in? Okay, I visualized me taking a trip, by the way, and here I am. The situation you're inquiring about depends on your faith in and a firm vision of a successful outcome. Fortunately, the angels can help you to hold this high and clear vision of success. Just ask them for help and it is done. You know, sometimes we think that, oh, we can't possibly do this thing that we have created in our mind, this desire that's in our heart. If we look through history, we look back, it doesn't feel like this is something we can possibly do. That is why we invite the divine and our spirit guides and helpers in, because that is the help that we need. They can help us. They can aid us to this point of success. I'm going to give you a real-time example of this story because I think when we share our stories and we share our examples, then we can really, all of a sudden, you'll find that your mind is going to your own gig, your own thing. But that's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to inspire you to do something. Visualizing success. Okay, so a few years ago, this is when I was married, and we were in quite a financial way, a financial stew. That happens to most of us in our lifetime, at least 7 times a week, right? Anyway, we truly were. And we were doing all the things we possibly could to gain extra assets, extra finances. Good morning, little hummingbird. Oh, I love that. I love when the hummingbirds join me in the morning. Anyway, we were in a way financially, and we did have some assets that we could sell, big ones. We had 2 motorhomes. We had a classic car. We had some other things like that that could bring quite a bit of income in. But there was one thing that was, at the time, it was the hardest thing to release. It was the classic car. And, but we needed the income more. We needed it desperately. And so that we opted to choose the classic car and put it for sale. And I think that at the time, my husband had thought about selling the car, or maybe had tried doing it several times and it had not sold. So he wasn't real positive about that happening. So I explained to him about the power of visualization, and I said, I'm going to have a little session with myself where I am actually going to visualize the sale. I'm going to call it in. I'm going to manifest it. I am going to create a visual of how it's going to be and then release it. Release it to the divine and let them take over. But I had to do my part. So that morning, I got by myself. I had a little meditation. I got in the right frame of mind. And I got clear. I got clear about what it was that I was wanting. I knew what it looked like. I knew how it felt. I knew exactly whatever the amount was. I don't remember. Let's say this was an older vehicle. It was running, needed work, but was in good condition and, would be a real find for someone who loves that. So let's imagine $5,000, okay? That's just a figure. So in my mind, I imagined my husband placing the ad, figuring out the perfect words, placing the ad on KSL. And then I I imagined someone, a man, going through the ads and all of a sudden seeing, well, he actually clicked in to classic cars for sale. This was what I was thinking in my mind. Scrolling through and seeing that particular vehicle for that amazing price. I imagined how he felt. I imagined him going, oh my gosh, this is a vehicle I've been wanting. This is a vehicle I've been wanting. Reading through the instructions, da-da-da-da, yes, da-da-da-da, check, da-da-da, check. Price is excellent. Oh my gosh, I want this car. Then I visualized him calling, texting my husband. I visualized him saying in a hurried way, I want that vehicle. Are you home today? Can I come now? I have cash. And I visualized my husband saying, in an excited way, saying, yes, I'll be here. I visualized him driving up. I could see him getting out of the car and looking at the car and walking to it, towards it, with feelings of, this is it. I mean, I could see this. And I visualized him, my husband out walking outside, joining him, walking, the two walking around the vehicle, questioning it, and him actually looking at my husband and saying, I want the car. I have the cash. Do you have the title? Yes, yes, yes. Then he pulls out of his pocket cash and starts counting it. That was my visual. I could see it as clear as day. Now, I also had the visual that was today, that very day. I visualized that that was going to happen that very day because we needed the miracle then. We needed it then. I visualized it. I visualized it happening just within hours. Got up, went to school. I think I was attending UVU at the time. Got a phone call a few hours later. My husband, excited, you're not going to believe this. You are not going to believe what just happened. And then he described in detail the very outcome that I had visualized. And he even handed me cash. He had it right there. He didn't have to go get it. He had no questions. He handed me cash. He didn't try to dick her down, anything, nothing. It was just straight. Can you believe that? Absolutely. Why? Because I created it. It was created visually, emotionally, spiritually. It was created. All that needed to happen was the physical action. That is the power of creation. That is what this card is talking about when it says, visualize success. Whatever it is that you're doing today, whatever that thing is that you are creating, take a moment and create a visual dream board, a vision board, almost a flat screen of this, with the credits rolling with your story of success. And watch it. Watch it unfold. Call it in. Ask your guides to help it to be so. Ask your angels to help it to be so. And then sit back and wait to receive it. What are you visualizing today? Make a comment. Tell me what you're visualizing. Put it out there in the universe. Put it out there in the universe. Go to the comments. Put what your visualization, what your success is, so that I can congratulate you. Let's start the ball rolling today. I'll put mine in, and you can like and help me visualize my success as well. You can congratulate me on mine. Okay, that was the card for today, and I thought that was a wonderful, wonderful card. Great exercise for us to be practicing every day. Should be practicing the visualization of success in our lives every day with everything that we want to create. We have to know it. We need to feel it, see it, taste it, and then touch it. Okay? That is the power of creation. Call in the divine, and it will be. It's exciting. We get to create our world. We get to create our joy. Let's raise our vibration. Let's bring into manifestation those things that we desire and want in our lives. I know you can do it. I know I can do it. This is an invitation to both of us to keep it going, to kick it up a notch, okay? Happy Saturday. Cup of Glow to you. Remember to like, subscribe if you haven't, but you probably have because you're here, and share. Share this story. Let's get this community rolling. Let's get it going. Just a little hint, a little note, because I'm in Arizona and not too far from Sedona. Great power portal, which I will be visiting on Monday. I feel a live session for readings, a free one card reading coming up. Watch, I'm going to announce the time either later today or in my Sunday broadcast for Omnipresence on my Soulful Guild. So, just putting that in your mind, visualize it. And if you would like more than a one card read and you would like help or someone to talk you through your power of creation, if you would like to know what your guides have to say about the thing you are working on at this time, if you would like to know maybe how to tweak your spiritual path just a little bit so that you can get more on board, go to my About section, get my information, and contact me. I would love to share personal time with you in a reading. I do in person, I do FaceTime, I do Messenger or phone. I can also I can do channels I do it individual channeling. That I do with myself and your guides, loved ones, whoever have passed, and then I write it up and email you that. Many options. They're in that About section. Go check it out. If you'd like to spend some more time with me, more personal time, go ahead and check that out now. That would be really fun. In the meantime, cup of glow to you this morning. Have a beautiful Saturday. Visualize success. Visit with me tomorrow night at my weekly reading and share some information. Let's get a conversation going. Let me congratulate you on your visualization, and you can congratulate me on mine. Then we can keep checking on each other. That's what this is all about. That's what a soulful guild is. It's a group of soulful people supporting and loving and helping each other to stay in a higher vibration and to enjoy our day to day together. So, cup of glow to you. Thanks for listening, and catch you in the funny papers.